We are now going to take you through a basic help desk chatbot that I built in about a day after learning Watson cognitive APIs for over a week. I had no previous background with Watson cognitive APIs. And this help desk was built here using three services in Watson. We use tone analyzer, we use conversation, and we use Cloudant. Uh, Tone analyzer was used to analyze the tone of the responses. And if some of them turned out to be anger or disgust, we automatically connected people to a live agent. All this was built in Cloud Foundry as a Node.js application, and it was pushed to Bluemix. So now we are going to launch the application here. The application is called Help Desk Prem, and we are going to open the URL for the application. So this is the sample screen you get. On the right-hand side is the payload. So the payload are the responses that you get back from Watson. So you get the emotion, the time of the day, that captures everything. And Watson is actually stateless, so we don't actually get these responses saved. And so we're going to write it out to Cloudant. So in order not to confuse you, I'm going to turn this off, and we can permanently turn this off also when we actually deploy the application in production. So this is the sample screen that a client would get. Basically, it's a sample application help desk, and I'm Prem DeCruz from IBM, and it says welcome to support. So I am the end user here, and I'm going to try to type correctly. I'll say hi. So Watson responds back to me, how may I help you? So I'm going to type in, I am stuck and cannot proceed. Just checking the spelling. So Watson responds back in a few words. Tell me if you're having account access, database, or some other problem. So we'll go through three scenarios here. So the first scenario is, I am having login problems. So Watson has responded back, we have captured all your details and will reset your password. Please check your email and proceed accordingly. Now the next one I am going to say is, my DB is unable to save. So Watson understands the intent and comes up with a response. The problem is due to your table space. We will extend it in the next 15 minutes. Please log out and log in again to make it effective. The third is, I need Bluemix support. And Watson tells me, even though chatbots are great, we have limitations. Your problem needs more research, and we will connect you to L3 support. Please stay on. Now I'm going to show you anger and frustration. So I'm going to type in, I am frustrated as this is taking too much time. So I have an important project, and I can't afford to play around with this chatbot, to have fun with it. And let's see what Watson says. Watson says, we sincerely apologize for the inconvenience. We will connect you to a live agent immediately. I'm going to turn the payload on now here. And the reason why Watson came up with this response is the emotion tone that will return back is anger. So that is why Watson immediately connected me to a live agent. And we'll go through how the app was built, and you'll see exactly what Watson comes up with. And the last thing I'm going to tell Watson is, if I need to go on a vacation, something that Watson, really does not understand. So I'm going to say, I need a vacation. And we'll see what Watson says to that. So it's just out of the blue. So Watson says, I do not understand your intent. Please type help to begin again, or if you have a login DB or some other problem. So really, Watson never understood the intent. So the confidence level is less than 0.5. So, I mean, when I built my chatbot, I said if the confidence level is less than 0.5, I'm in respond back saying that I do not understand your intent. That means Watson has not been trained to really understand this question. And we'll talk about training later on. And the last thing is I'm going to say bye to Watson. And Watson says, thanks for calling. Now we are going to show you how we built this app. So I'm going to go to the conversation help desk here. And while that's opening out, again, this is Bluemix, and this is one of the Watson APIs. I'm going to launch the tool. So this is where you build all your questions. So this is my workspace. Everybody builds a workspace for conversation. Help desk for GSIs, and this is my name, Prem De Cruz. I'm a technical sales leader, so I'm going to click on this here, and the workspace opens out. So you have to train Watson. So basically, you have to give Watson sample questions. So greetings means hello, hey there, hi, howdy, how are you? Or if you have a complaint, what are typical things that people type in? I have a problem, I'm facing an issue, I'm stuck. How do I proceed? I cannot do any work. Or if I need database support, unable to save, my DB is not working, all my work is lost, I cannot move forward. So these are intents that you create, and Watson understands the intents. Then you create entities. So entities is anything more to train Watson. So for example, under support, password, analytics, DB, Bluemix, deployment, backup, and then give it equivalent words also. For example, DB could be Informix, Oracle, DB2. So Watson understands, and the more you throw at Watson, the better Watson becomes. Now the dialogue is something very interesting. So this is the flow. For example, if I click here, I told you, this is one of the dialogues. So I told Watson that if the emotion comes back as anger or disgust, we should immediately say, we sincerely apologize for the inconvenience. We'll connect you to a live agent. So all this is part of your workflow. Or for example, if the intents, as I showed you, if Watson doesn't understand the intent, and the confidence level is less than 0.5, I do not understand your intent. Please type in to begin again. So you have to hard code these, and really this is how you build the whole dialogue. So you have responses back for the greetings, and you have to put a trigger as to what the trigger is. What's the intent? For example, here to under complaint, for example. So I've said if the intent is complaint and the confidence level is greater than 0.5, then Watson responds back in a few words, tell me if you have account access, DB, or some other problem. So I'm going to close this, and I'll show you how we train Watson. So this is how you train Watson. And so, for example, supposing I throw a question at Watson that is never heard before, and you'll see it'll get confused. I'm going to say, have you heard of Cloudant? And Cloudant is a NoSQL database. Put a question mark here. So Watson Watson understands that as a greeting. So I have to train Watson, and you look at the top here, which says, so I'm going to tell Watson this is not a greeting. This is actually, it is anything else, because we don't cover Cloudant. You'll have to go and check with the live agent. So I tell Watson that this needs to be anything else. And now Watson here is training. So if you see this yellow band out here, Watson here is self-training. So the next time anybody asks about Cloudant, it is going to be anything else, and then Watson will be able to answer very well. And we'll try this out here after the training is over. So Watson is self-training now. And the more you train Watson, the smarter it becomes. And this is really the key to actually being successful. It takes a few minutes though, because it's going through the whole cycle of training. And now Watson has finished training, if you see. Now if I type in, have you heard of Cloudant? So Watson's trained now. Now it should give me the right response. So it says anything else. Even though chatbots are great, we have limitations. Your problem needs more research and we'll connect you to L3 support. Please stay on. So I have trained Watson here. And now I'll take you to Cloudant. That's where I want to take you to. And we will actually go and have a look at what was saved here. So now I've gone here and I'm going to open up the Cloudant service. I have to launch the Cloudant service here, and I will show you where Watson has captured all my chats here. So I have created here a Cloudant database called Help Desk. I'm going to click on Help Desk here, and I want the table view. So whatever you saw on the payload on the right-hand side has been captured. So this all has been captured here in Cloudant. So later on, if you ever want to go back, you want to check and see how successful Watson is, and then how good is it doing a job, you can always go back. And then based on the errors that you see, or if you see the wrong answers Watson gives, you can always go back as the owner and you can go and can retrain Watson. So this is how you train Watson. So I completed this in about a day, and I had to study and I really had to understand how Watson Conversation Service works, how Cloudant works, and how Tone Analyzer works. So it took me time. So really, I was a novice user, but really what I'm trying to demonstrate here is the ease of use to build a chatbot. For a person who has never done this before, it was a great learning experience. And thank you so much for spending the time and viewing my chatbot and seeing how Watson can help you to be more productive in your organization.